Welcome to the new BCMM network. The following podcast is meant solely for the enjoyment and entertainment of our audience. You're watching the all-new Blue Collar Minutemen show. Together we took back our nation.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Blue Collar Minuteman Show, where we're getting ready to get you ready and get you prepared for January 2025. Bill, how's it going?
It's going. Having a little lighting problem here, but other than
That'd
that,
be all right.
I think it's all right.
Yeah. Uh, First, Bill, I think I want to give out an official apology to our folks this year. Um, Due to some issues that came up during the year, had a lot of stuff going on. We were not able to do our food drive this year. We apologize for that. It wasn't intentional. It was just that some personal things I had going on just kind of made it where it didn't happen. So, but with that being said, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, share these videos on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube, and make sure you share them. Help get the word out because we got a lot to talk about, a lot to go over, and stuff. Of course, the mainstream media is not telling you. So, Bill, let's jump into this.
All
Um,
right.
let's just start with the drones because that's been a big one of the hot topics. Drones, drones, drones over New Jersey.
More drones.
Oh, geez.
Drones, drones, and more drones.
So I don't even know where to start with this. I guess, of course, let's just talk about what the media said or what the government said is like, there's nothing to worry about. You know, we know there's nothing. They told us there's nothing to worry about, that they didn't know what they were, but there's nothing to worry about.
And they didn't know where to come from.
And they didn't know where to come from.
But don't worry.
But don't worry.
They're not going to hurt you.
Uh, yeah, Bill, don't buy it in the least. And I think Trump had something to say about it too. Um, he just came out and said they know where they come from. They know what they are.
Pretty much. There's speculation is all over the board.
Mm-hmm.
One that they're sniffing out nukes. One speculation is a Russian nuke got smuggled in the United States from Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Then they started saying, well, Ukraine's going to attack Trump, kill Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was some medical uh, radiation equipment got missing. So they said, well, they're looking for that. And then uh, everything from UFOs to who knows what. But here's one I just seen. It says Trump has been given secret intelligence briefings and has said on the record, the Biden administration is covering up the real source of the UAPs and drones. I am no fan of communist China. That said, there is no evidence the Chinese are behind the massive escalation of drones.
Yeah.
Uh, so Trump's kind of saying it's not the Chinese.
Right.
Some people are saying they are the Chinese, but I guess Trump got a briefing and he says they know who owns these drones and they're not the Chinese. So,
Well, let me just say this real quick, Bill. Everything we say is for the entertainment value of our audience. We just want you to know that. And that the opinions and things that are given out here at the Blue Collar Minuteman do not constitute anything other than thought processes, ideas. There you go. Now,
hey,
continue.
got that out of the way.
So here's my thing, and I think it was on one of Joe Rogan's pod. Someone said it. There's not a military base, or there's not anything that can make it inside this country without the government knowing about it if it comes through the air. period. So with that being said, you all should know good and well they know what the heck it is.
Well,
And
look, they told us forever they didn't know what the daggone big ass balloon was.
yes,
They waited for it to get all the way across the United States and do all it was supposed to do, according
yes.
to the Chinese, and then they shot it down in the Atlantic Ocean. Okay. Thing comes in from the Pacific, goes all the way across the country, and they wait till it gets to the Atlantic and shoot it down after it's done fulfilled its mission.
Yes. Folks, we've said it before. They're blowing smoke. They're not telling us the whole truth. I believe, in my opinion and thought process, from the knowledge I have gathered over my years and my involvement with the military, that I believe that they are some type of special government drones. Just saying. Oh, and something else, Bill. I've been doing some study and research because of I am looking at becoming an official drone pilot. According to FAA regulations, there are no drones that can operate inside of the United States that are over 55 pounds. So, with that being said, and the FAA having that stipulation, people have said these things are as big as cars. So, if that's the case, and they're operating, and if you go by the FAA regulations, which I just said, it all points to the fact that no person is going to have these things, that it'd have to be none other than.
Oh, come on now. They're real thin, hard plastic. And they don't weigh.
Okay. Oh, geez. I'm telling you, this is getting crazy. Oh, but we've got more to report on. Bill, you want to go ahead and go with the next one, or should I?
Go ahead. I'm still looking at stuff.
Okay, so I sent you this one, and so this is a new one that's come up, and it's this spending bill that's on the floor right now. Oh, I know. This spending bill, this like $1 billion spending bill that has supposed to have so much money in it for disaster relief. It's supposed to have so much money in it for FEMA. And Elon Musk has basically turned the government on its head because he tweeted out on the X, basically wanting to know about where the money's going and what's being done with it. And it says here, let's see, it says Elon Musk said that Fox News were reporting Elon Musk vowing to fund primary challenges against Republicans who support the continuing resolution that effectively killed the bill. So Elon said any Republicans who vote yes on this bill should automatically be removed.
Well, primary.
Primary.
They had to spend a whole lot of money to win their primary. So, okay. I lost faith in the bill when I read the line that it's got a 40% pay increase for Congress in the bill. Yeah, that's why they want to get it passed real quick. Got a 40% pay increase. Congress.
Now,
here, this was just put out on the X by J.D. Vance. This statement is from President Donald J. Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance. The most foolish and inept thing ever done by Congress, by congressional Republicans, was allow the country to hit the debt ceiling in 2025. It was a mistake and is now something that must be addressed. Meanwhile, Congress is considering a spending bill that would give sweetheart provisions for government censors and for Liz Cheney. The bill would make it easier to hide the records of the corrupt January 6th committee, which accomplished nothing for the American people and hid security failures that happened that day. The bill would also give Congress a pay increase while many Americans struggle this Christmas. All right. It goes on and on and on and on. But one of the things that he just touched on, I was going to bring up.
Mhm.
In that bill, it basically makes it impossible for them to prosecute the January 6th committee. Go figure.
Wow. Hunter
Go
Biden
figure.
gets pardoned. Nancy Pelosi's working on a pardon. And now you can't prosecute anyone in the January 6th committee.
Well,
Bill?
if the bill passes, the bill
Yeah,
has
if it
passed.
passes. Are they trying to say that they're guilty of something by?
Oh, I would say probably.
Because if you're innocent, why would you need to do that? If everything you did was in good faith and everything you did was on the books and on the level. I know.
It's just, I don't know.
Oh, geez.
All right. You know, all those new documents are coming out, just going a lot right along with stuff in Congress. All
Mhm.
these new findings are coming out right here at the 10th hour, 12th hour, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It says 3 years later, the DOJ releases documents showing that and Adam Schiff leaked classified documents to the press.
Really?
So why didn't the DOJ prosecute him? They've known this for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they prosecute him? They know he leaked classified documents to the press. After an FBI investigation and a grand jury determined that Representative Schiff leaked classified documents to the press. But there was no prosecution. It even went to a grand jury and they found him, live. Yeah.
Yeah.
This blows my mind. Okay. This
all
blows
of
my
this,
mind.
all of this should tell the American people just how corrupt this administration and government is. If you all don't see it by now, Lord help you. And Bill, I know we're kind of moving on fast, but I want to play this too. I mean, you're right. But as far as the Nancy Pelosi thing too, did you see how Joe Biden is trying to submarine her?
Yeah. I love that.
So let me just play this. I won't even tell you about it. This is like Fox News, and this is Jesse Waters on Fox News. And I'm just going to play this for you.
Biden doesn't care as much about being president. He cares more about getting revenge against the coup leaders. Joe just threw a hand grenade at Nancy Pelosi while she's stuck in a hospital bed in Germany.
I don't know how you look your constituents in the eye and know because the job they gave you gave you an inside track to make more money. I think we should be changing the law that we have to, but we abide by at the federal level, that nobody in the Congress should be able to make money in the stock market while they're in the Congress.
Oh.
Biden didn't want to ban Congress from insider trading during his entire 50-year career in D.C. But a month before he leaves, he gives Nancy a little gift. This isn't about stopping corruption. It's about getting retribution. We asked the White House if the president has called Nancy to check in on her after she broke her hip in Belgium. We haven't heard back. So if Nancy wants to get rich in the House, she might have to do it the old-fashioned way, peddling influence.
By the way, I hope Nancy gets well. Nancy, if you're watching, I know a broken hip is a very terrible thing, so I hope you do get well.
Just while you're in Belgium, lay off that Belgian beer a little bit. Watch where you're stepping.
So, Bill, like Jesse Waters said, he didn't want to ban insider trading the entire time he was president.
No, the entire time he's been in government. That's 57 years. Because he was getting rich off of it too.
Uh-huh.
But now as he's leaving, he's just going to give Nancy a present.
Well, I think that's so funny. They are absolutely now they're at each other's throats. I had to throw that out there, folks, because like I said, there's a lot going on, a lot that we've got to keep up with. Bill, let's go. Huh?
Elon just tweeted this out. He says, I finally got through all of the bill now. And did you know in this new CR, it calls on Congress to fund 12 new biolabs in the United States. Yeah, they got to have somewhere because those 12 over there in Ukraine's going away. So
That's what I was just getting ready to get at.
So this kind of ties into that, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Let's build this 12 over here. That's because the 12 over there is getting ready to go away.
So let's get on that. Folks, what we're talking about is, if you didn't know, it should have been in the news, and this should be worldwide breaking news that everybody should be talking about right now, which is the assassination of a Russian, let's see, what was he? Russian general who was going to blow the lid off of Hunter Biden. And what was it, that thing, AstraZeneca, or that he was part of?
The biolabs over there.
Yeah, but it was through
his chemical company. Yeah.
Yeah, it was through that company, something BioSeneca. And I'll have to find that. But let's talk about that. You remember when the Ukrainian war kicked off, we talked about the missile strikes that Putin did. And there was one guy who was tracking the strikes and nobody was reporting on it. Folks, if you remember, we talked about this when it happened. And we went over, well, where were these missiles actually hitting? And he proved that they were hitting biolabs. So now there's more proof that Hunter was tied in with these biolabs, that the big guy getting his take on all of this stuff. And we also
and the boys were running the damn thing.
Yep. So, what do y'all think now? So, has Putin said anything about that? That's the one thing I haven't found.
Okay. Putin, I don't think has said anything, but well, let's fill them in on the rest of the story.
Oh, yeah.
All right. He's supposed to come out with all this stuff next week in a international news conference.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to happen. They say it was a Ukrainian type terror attack.
Right.
That did the bomb that blew him up that killed him. You know he got assassinated, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there is General Kilorov. He was in charge of Russia's nuclear and chemical weapons forces. And he's the one who found out all about it. All right. Now, he's saying it was not China, but it was these biolabs in Ukraine that COVID came from. He was also saying, and that's where the weaponized version of the bird flu come from. By the way, Louisiana and Wisconsin are reporting serious cases of the bird flu now, and California has declared a state of emergency over the bird flu.
Here we go again.
Here it comes again. And according to this guy, they all came from those labs in Ukraine.
Right.
He was going to tell the American people in his news conference that your own government was the one using the biological weapons against you?
I said it before. I say it again. I have told you all, our administration government, we are the bad guys in all of this.
Now,
Putin is bad. I'm going to say that, but I did not believe for a fact that Russia had anything to do with anything.
but now, like we said, this is for entertainment purposes only.
It's
So,
for the entertainment of our viewers.
yes.
But so, with all the evidence that we know, and now that they're wanting to build 12 labs in the United States, which should never happen. You got Biden trying to choke out Nancy, basically. Bill, I came to this conclusion earlier. They are literally going to try and make such a mess that for Trump's entire time he's in office, it's going to be trying to fix everything. Like he's going to be spending so much money to fix everything that they have destroyed, stuff they have made people sick with, that the American people are not going to be able to recover. And by the end of Trump's term, they're going to be able to say, look, see, he didn't make lives better for you because you all didn't get new jobs and your money didn't increase. Well, no, because everybody's sick, dying, and there ain't no stuff coming in. So I'm telling you, that's the plan. My idea, my thought, my theory. Don't forget that. My theory. Yeah. Also, Bill, let's go to James O'Keefe. You had sent me that.
Yes. That was a good one.
Yeah. So everyone knows who James O'Keefe is. He's the former owner, starter of Project Veritas, and everyone knows all of the work that Project Veritas has done undercover, getting videos and everything. So, Bill, what did James O'Keefe get this time?
Okay. We're in with nobody big, just the national security advisor to the president. And the hidden camera. And they get him to talk. And some of the things he was saying was like, well, Biden can't put a sentence together. They're expecting to die within, a year after getting out of office. And he's not in charge of anything up there. Nothing. His staff's the one doing everything right now because he can't even put a sentence together. And gets him to talk. This national security advisor here gets him to say all this stuff. Then, did you get the second video I sent you? O'Keefe, where O'Keefe actually confronted him after the video?
I don't think I got that one.
O'Keefe confronts him after he gets the recording and says, hey, tells him who he is, Project Veritas. As soon as he told him who he was, you can see the guy's face just go. And it just dropped. And he's like, I want to ask you about this video. And he shows him the video of him talking, and the guy takes off running. Keeps chasing him through the street. Would you like to comment on this? And the guy's running from him down the street.
I love it.
National security advisor. I bet he loses his job in the morning.
Well, he wouldn't have it much longer anyway.
Yeah, true.
Oh, but that just confirms everything that we have been seeing over the past 2-3 years.
The national security advisor says he can't put a sentence together.
Listen, I always respect my elders. But let's face it, folks. Some of these politicians, and I'm not going to say any names because you all are going to automatically start thinking just because of the state that I live in. But some of these politicians who are like 90 years old and are still being led around up there to make a vote, they needed to go about 20 years prior to this. And Biden shouldn't, even if we had to have dealt with Kamala, somebody should have like, look, this old man can't do this job. Let's send him to a retirement home. I mean, this is ridiculous. So basically, James O'Keefe just confirmed everything that we already knew to begin with. Bill, what else you want to touch on? There's so much stuff.
Um,
I'm kind of afraid to touch the who may assassinate Trump that you sent me.
yeah, well,
I mean,
I don't know if I believe it, because here's the thing. Right after I sent that to you, I started researching the guy who said it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also the guy that says the hundreds of thousands of people died because they didn't get the COVID shot.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he's all in for the COVID vaccine. He's all in for all this, and he's blaming the unvaccinated for all the deaths. And so he's the same guy that said that. So it's kind of,
Might be a redirect.
yeah, could be, yeah.
So we won't even mention that. We don't think, basically, this guy's trying to say who may try to assassinate Trump. And
He's saying somebody might try to assassinate him and blame it on somebody else.
yeah. So
over.
I don't think we really believe that. It's a little far-fetched and a little wild, but stranger things have happened. But I will say this, let's talk about this. It seems like Trudeau has caved on Trump's demands to strengthen the border wall up there around Canada. Because if you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, I think we mentioned it last podcast, Trump was in negotiations with Trudeau and was trying to tell Trudeau, you all are going to have to like pay for some of this border security. And they're like, well, we can't do it. And Trump said, well, that's fine. Like, you all can become the 51st state if you want. And it seems that Trudeau has magically come back and he said, you know what? We can take care of that. So this says that Minister Trudeau, President Trudeau spent $1 billion beefing up border security. That's according to the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
I think it's, yeah. So once again, our president making the deals for us.
Okay, here's something just hit Twitter, or the X, I should say, from MTG. She said votes have been canceled for tonight on the bill.
Yeah.
The votes have been canceled tonight, and there's no communication, planning, or conference meetings being called. I don't know another Republican member who gave any input into the 1,500 page CR omnibus bill. Then it goes down here. I'm very grateful to Americans who dove into reading the bill, along with Elon and Vivek, and made their voices heard. Because of you, there's no vote tonight. Because they know they ain't got the votes.
See, this is what I'm saying, folks. You got to know what the heck is going on. They're trying to be slick, and they made it 1,000 pages.
Well, no, here's the thing. Like she said, the bill was out there, and they knew what was in the bill. It was mainly relief and this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then yesterday, they dropped that 1,500 page addition to the bill. So they have one day to read through these additions, and it was all pork.
Yep.
And no, just in the addition was 166 trillion.
Oh my Lord. That's insane. Heck no. And of course, we, the American people, all the blue collar people out here working, are the ones paying for it.
Yeah.
How much time we got there, Bill?
7.5.
Okay. Let's mention, we mentioned it already, but I want to touch on a little more of this whole bird flu. We mentioned that Gavin Newsom has called a state of emergency out in California. And let me just look at this. This is ridiculous.
Well, while
They're
you're
calling
at
it H5.
yeah, while you're
What's
at
that?
it, Dr. Fauci just expressed his serious concerns about the bird flu. We don't care.
Look, Fauci can go to jail.
Yeah.
So this is H5N1 is what this is. Obama's, what was it? N1, H1N1.
Yeah, something like that.
So they've modified it. They've made it stronger, faster, better. H5N1. I can't wait to see what they do on this one. I just feel sorry for people out in California. I really do. I mean, I know what's getting ready to happen to them. They're getting ready to get their buttholes opened up. Anything else there, Bill, we need to touch on real quick? I mean, that was a lot for you all to digest. I mean, it's a lot going on. But we need to get Trump in. We need to get the new administration in. We need to get Vivek and Elon on the Doge, finding out this efficiency of the government and getting rid of some of these departments. I mean,
Well, here's something that's got me worried. I'm kind of worried about the inauguration.
okay.
Now I'm concerned that there's reports that there's a rogue nuke loose out there.
Mm.
These drones are all flying around New Jersey, which is not too far away.
Mm.
I mean, all this crap's going on. Who's to say they won't bomb the daggone inauguration? Some guy said last night on the X, he says, why don't we do it like the Super Bowl? Have it in a different town each time. Said we could have it in the Sticks, Kentucky, and nobody'd know where the hell that's at.
Let alone sometimes get a radio signal or a cell signal in Sticks, Kentucky.
Not a bad idea, though. Move
No.
it around.
I mean, if it does happen, Lord, they've had time enough to prepare and get it ready.
Just, I mean, I'd plan it somewhere, in my head or know where I'm going to do it and then announce it the day before. This is where I'm going to be sworn in at.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's saying, why don't he do it at Mar-a-Lago? He knows he's got security around there.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in the Constitution says it has to be in Washington, D.C. Just a thought.
I've said it before, and I still continue to say it. They try to be, Trump is like the road runner, and the Democrats are like the coyote. Every time they try to get him, beep, beep, he's gone. Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't do something. I mean, he's not a dumb person, and he knows a lot already. So I hope that doesn't happen. We don't need any nuclear fallout inside the United States, and we definitely need Trump in there to clean all of this up.
We're at 3.
All right. Final word, Bill. Give it to you.
Just, it's probably be our final show before Christmas, which is next week.
Merry Christmas.
So Merry Christmas to everybody. And I'm sure we'll be back before New Year. So just everybody, I hope everybody has God bless you and hope you have a great Christmas.
God bless you. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and we are back on YouTube. Check us out on the X and our other social media sites. Check out the website at bluecollarminutemen.com, where you can also find these videos, and still try to email us. We've got the email up there. We'd love to hear from you. You can hear your comments. Thank you all. God bless you all. God bless America. And you all have a Merry Christmas. And we'll see you next time.
Merry Christmas.